Race is a social construct, and we can choose to erase racism. This is the moment, this is the time, and this is the call to action. Understanding starts with education, and there's a lot to be examined. Our socialization and value system begins at birth, and they are reinforced by the cultural messages that are fed to us through media throughout our entire life. People are awakening, and this is why you see a call to cancel cartoon icons such as Pepe Le Pew and some Dr. Seuss books, and even Elmer Fudd. It's because those things from our past have injected and perpetuated a rape culture, racism, and gun violence into our society. So here's a demonstration to illustrate what I'm talking about.
In the study of media theory, there's a concept called cultural hegemony. It's credited to an Italian philosopher and journalist from the late 1800s. His name was Antonio Gramsci. Gramsci's theory of cultural hegemony states that the ruling class of a diverse society will dominate society by manipulating its culture through the normalizing of certain beliefs and values, so that those values gain consent and become accepted by society to become a part of the status quo. For this demonstration, we have three things. We have a vase, we have milk, and we have some food coloring. So let's say that this vase represents dominant society, and this milk represents everything that makes up that society. It's people, places, and its practices. It's wholesome, it's white, it's clean, it's considered good for you. Right, exactly. Now, imagine that this food coloring is something radical like reality television, gangster rap music with misogynistic and violent lyrics, pornography, and over-sexualized performances, guns and gun violence. So there it sits on the surface. It's easy to spot. It's disrupting the milk, but it's not disturbing it. Now let's bring in this spoon, which represents cultural hegemony. It stirs the radical element into the milk, into society, to try and make it disappear. The more you mix it in, the more you dilute its power. Now the radical element is no longer seen as dangerous, and it's accepted by the society. But you can see that the milk has changed. It's a bit pinker, but it's generally back to the status quo. That's cultural hegemony. In order for cultural hegemony to work, you have to have consent. It has to become accepted by society as a social norm.
You know, it's up to us as a society to decide what goes in the milk.
Yes.
No More Color Lines is an effort to stir anti-racism into our milk. Imagine.
No more color lines.